Any idea why they're so good at pass blocking and they can't run block?
It's all about stepping, taking the right step. You know, sometimes our guys tend to pivot as opposed to taking the step with the right or the left foot, depending on what side they're on. If they're working with the center or working with the tackle or the tight end. And it's just a habit that they have to break. We work on it every day. They do it right sometimes, but then come game time, they do what they're accustomed to doing, reverting back to things that they've done in the past. And when they break it, we'll be okay.
You talk about taking your team back on the road now, going to another big venue in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome. Did the experience in Nashville logistically just kind of help these younger guys, and now they know what to expect playing away from home a little bit better?
Hopefully we understand when we played our first home opener here, that helped more so than anything, because when we got back here, we did not turn the ball over. We did not have as many penalties. And the atmosphere is going to be great in Atlanta. It's going to be great. It's an opportunity for those guys to play in a nice venue, but the most important opportunity those guys are going to have is to go out and make corrections on what we did wrong this past game. I mean, Lee Doss made a fantastic running catch for the touchdown, and he was making a fantastic move, but we're always saying put the ball in the outside arm. I think he might hear it now, because Lee called me at 10 o'clock Sunday, and he wanted to come back and watch the film. And of course, and that's p.m., not 10 a.m., that's 10 p.m. He wanted to come back and watch the film, so we did. Because it frustrated him, because he fumbled the ball. He felt as if he let the football team down. But he didn't let us down. He was trying extremely hard to make a play happen. He has great feet, and he's really good with the ball in his hands. Unfortunately, he fumbled the ball. He didn't need anyone jumping on him. He knew he fumbled the ball. He knew that was frustrating to him, and it eats him up now. So he can't wait to play the next game to move on. All those guys that made mistakes, they can't wait to play this game this Saturday, to move on. And that's the difference. Nobody's pointing fingers. I make the calls. I'm responsible for us losing, not necessarily winning. The guys that make the plays are responsible for us winning. Wish I could have called better plays, but a wise man once said, once there is a conclusion, there's no sense in second guessing. That's the bottom line.
Coach, what bothers you the most about playing Florida A&M?
What bothers me the most?
I mean,
I know
what
Coach
concerns you the most?
Coach Joe Taylor. I coached against him when he was at Hampton, when I was at Morgan. A great coach, a great man, great leader. And right now his team is struggling, but he's from the state of Florida. Those guys have a lot of speed. Not as big as some of the teams that we've played, but they are quick. Against South Florida, that score probably would have been the score if they played most HBCUs, for the simple fact we don't have the depth that those guys have. We just don't have the depth. But that team is going to come in with a lot of pride. They have a great following. It's a closer game for them than it is for us, for their fans. And they're going to be there. But our fans are going to show up, and hopefully our football team will show up.
Coach, you going back to Lee Doss, I know he made the one mistake, but otherwise had a pretty solid game. Is him doing what I understand he was supposed to be kind of like a good find for you guys. Him doing what he does that make it that much easier to not play Hawkins this week?
No, it's the only thing that makes it easy for me not to play Hawkins is because I love him. That's the only thing that makes it easy for me not to play Hawkins. He's a guy that played extremely hard. He's a guy that has taken a beating these first 3 ball games. I'm surprised that one of those guys from Jackson State didn't get knocked out too, because Hawkins was in the middle, but the other guy to the left of Hawkins really took a lick from the guy that was coming in. So it was a pretty good, when you see it on film, it was a pretty good lick by, and Hawkins just happened to be in the middle of it.
Why should people come to this Atlanta game?
Why shouldn't they? I mean, Atlanta's a great place to be. Both teams, the more fans that are there, the more both teams will get for their university. It's a great event. And Southern played in the first one, and they won that. Hopefully we can go down there playing in this one and win it as well.
What does a trip like this mean for recruiting to get your program in the Atlanta area to get future athletes?
It's great for us because we have a few guys on the team from Atlanta right now. So they know we'll be going back to Atlanta next year as a home team. It definitely helps. Some of our coaches will be out on the road recruiting when we go to Atlanta. They'll go out on Friday and watch some games. But it's great. There's great football in Atlanta. And the thing we tend to need are big linemen. I think all the skill guys we want, I feel we can get them from the state of Louisiana. But there's just not enough big linemen to go around. So we're looking for those guys from any and every state.
Hey, Coach, as a former coach from the MEAC, could you talk about your experience facing Florida A&M each and every year, and also open up your college debut against a win, with a win against the MEAC team?
Well, Coach Taylor, there were some great coaches in the MEAC now, just as there are in the SWAC right now. In the SWAC, you have quite a few guys that have played professional football. It wasn't like that in the MEAC when I was coaching. But Coach Taylor, no question, was one of the great coaches. He was very successful at Hampton. He was the president of the AFCA. Just have done some tremendous things in college football, and that team will be ready to play. The MEAC is a tough conference as well. Hampton, when he was there, was a predominant first or second place finisher, and at FAMU, he's doing some great things there too. So it'll be good facing those guys again, but it'll be much better because I get a chance to go home and see some family and friends.
Any more questions for Coach